I looked everywhere to no avail. She had to be somewhere. I went over to the station building, but she wasn't there either. Then there was only the control house left, and if she wasn't there, then I had to assume she had run away or escaped somehow. I had a hard time understanding what had gone through Lord Kilroy's mind. What did he get out of spreading those rumors? After all, he knew that wasn't true, and it wasn't possible for him to take over the two kingdoms anyway. I could not understand the purpose. I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find her. I went back to the castle. Maybe I had missed something. I looked and looked, but she was gone. As I walked around the long, empty corridors, I was surprised that he had not even hung any pictures on the walls. They were completely empty, except for all the dust on the windowsills. I walked around restlessly when I found the library. There was a book on a lectern that said,
I don't feel like myself anymore. After the hard battles against the Kalbu people, it's like my soul has been split in two. I wake up every night feeling groggy. Maybe it's a sign of my weakness. The Dark Circle can never find out that I dream about the mass murders I committed during the war. I have made a plan to get rid of Lord M82. I will lure him to go to the end. I'm sure he doesn't know about the crystal, and then he'll be gone forever. He's gone. I made him go to the end. He will never come back, and if the dragon doesn't eat him or he doesn't fall into the void, then he will end up in another world. Now I just have to figure out how to get rid of Lord Gregor 84, and Noxdonia is mine. Mine alone. I killed her, my own sister. She has never liked me. She has always been Mother's favorite. Now she is dead, and when I get a hit on Lord Gregor 84, I can take over both Noxdonia and Trallonia. Then the Dark Circle will be complete. I have thrown my daughter Cecilia into the end. There can be no more weak women on the throne. It's mine now, and I only want real men to hold it. Besides, she was starting to ask too many questions. I think a lot of residents have come to appoint me as their new king.
The man was absolutely insane. He had sacrificed his own daughter to keep her off the throne. I just hope she survives. Maybe Blockport can help bring her back home. I had to ask her when she got home. I couldn't do more for Cecilia, so I got into my airship and headed for the River Ghoul where Timmy was waiting for me. The flight would not be very long, but it was still faster than walking. I had packed some chocolate in my bag when I was in Noxdonia, so now Timmy could finally taste a bit of heaven. The plan was now to bring Timmy back to my little palace, but that would mean that he could either fly or take the train, so now we have to see if his leg have healed. Now things had changed a bit, as I was now suddenly left with two kingdoms to keep track of, and I also had to inform the population about all the trouble Lord Kilroy had made. Maybe I should create some kind of news distribution company that could somehow bring the news out into the kingdoms. Maybe on some kind of paper or something. But that was another headache. First of all, I had to go back to Timmy, and then we had to see if we should take the train or fly. I would definitely like to go home, and then I would probably have to sleep for a few years before I get well again. I had calculated that I had been away for a year and a half, and a lot had happened in that time. I have lost one of my best friends and her entire family, all while I had gotten to know someone else, and without ever having met her. But she was a great help, and I would never have found my way home if it wasn't for Blockport and all her books. I found Timmy, who was now a part of my life, and I didn't want to be without him. He is like a son to me now. To sum it all up, I am now left with a sense of hope and excitement for the future, and regret and sadness for the past, and a whole lot of frustration. As we flew, I told Timmy all I had found out, and although he never met them here, I could tell he was very moved by the loss of the entire royal family of Trallonia. The conversation also fell on Cecilia, and if we could do anything to find her, but I think it would be best to wait until Blockport had returned, and then we had to see if it was possible. And if that were to be possible, we would first have to find the crystal so we could get back home. I asked Timmy what he thinks about the chocolate I gave him. He answers very quickly, "Is there more?" Now we had to go home first, and then we had to see how things would go. It had been a long journey, and if I had to be completely honest, I wasn't really in the mood to take another one. So for now, there would be no new adventures on the menu. The story ends here. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who helped make this story. Thanks for watching. See you next time.